Hello, greetings. This is Gilles Mansillon. I'm wanted to come and wish you a good day. I'm gonna make those messages a bit shorter because maybe I'm losing some people because I'm making it too long. We're moving through this very intense energy shift between two eclipses, and so all those who are daring, bold enough to address the inner self will have to deal with certain struggle, but the rewards will come for that, and those who ignore it will have to face them in a much more intense way. So the sooner we can address our inner call, our inner emergency, what's going on within ourselves, the sooner the better. And for we have to release all the old 3D parameters or our beliefs about the 3D, moving into the fourth dimension where there is an understanding that everything can happen. It is the dreamscape, and so to regain our powers of creator, so we move totally into this ability to dream and to manifest our dream, and then we'll move into the fifth dimension after that. What we need to do is to understand transcendental psychology, to develop spiritual self, spiritual tools and technologies. And for that, it is our DNA that's been reactivated. There is all kinds of new memories that are being coming into our mind. And so we are being called to adapt, to balance out all kinds of old energies. Sometimes we do not understand them. But right now we are moved from using 10% of our brain to 15, 20%. We're much more intuitive, and so we'll move into 30, 40, 50. And so right now I'm like, because of my connection to my I am presence, I'm about 50% of my potential. I want to move to 75%, 85%, 100%. And I want my whole DNA to be in full expansion so that I can enjoy the totality, or let go of all that is separation within me, to let my I am presence to become who I am. For the soul, the spirit are different things, but it is one. For we have to connect to our higher self. Our higher self is our soul. There was an image that came to me from our soul is our true self. Our soul, I've seen my soul. It is this great beam of light that came and sent me a message, and then there was a curtain that fell. I received the message. I know I want to stay there. I want to stay there. But in essence, the soul will emerge from within. It's like us, but much smaller and much more beautiful, much more pure, and will have the ability to travel outside of the body. So it is really what is the soul manifestation. And this image came to my mind. It was an image of the idea that it may be unfair, but it's just an image. Is that the soul is like a child, and God is like the mother. And it is the child is playing with a toy, and we are the toy, because the soul doesn't need to eat, doesn't need to sleep, does not feel pain, does not feel hot, does not feel cold. It just and so it's like the soul is like we're playing with its toy. It's like it's creating all those circumstances of our life. For the soul is always wise and intelligent, and is connected to the cosmic mind to make it happen. And sometimes it's like, well, I broken my toy. So, mother, I broke my toy. So, that's okay. I'll give you another one. So in a sense, sometimes I feel my soul is really hard on me, but it's because of my highest good. It wants my highest good, and it wants me to move into my highest potentials. The sooner, the better. And although it does not, maybe there is a disconnection between all this chemical factory that is the body. We are subjected to intense emotion that the soul may not be aware of, and so sometimes we have to balance it out and still remain attuned to that which is the inner self and inner guidance, as understanding also that the ego and the personality are two different things. Ego is a fictional, is who believe we may be for this incarnation, but the personality will remain eternally who we are. My personality has not changed. When I was in my origin point, I was a person. It was my same personality. I was very different form, and then I integrated the universe. I was another form, but I became a spirit form in the universe, and then I had many incarnations, most of them as men, but sometimes even as a woman. Even then, it was very different in different form. It was still the same personality. But the personality does not change. And to God, there is only personality. God is the first person, and to God, time and space does not exist. It's just the circuits of personality and the evolution of those personalities within those circuits. That is. And so there is personality is what every energy converges through a personality, and so there is not good and bad personality. There is just personality that I evolve a good character, that I'm matured into a responsible creator or co-creator, and those who have not yet achieved that level. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. And also I wanted to say that wherever there is the most difficulties, what we should address first, let's say for somebody who's an alcoholic, is that to give up alcohol is the first thing. For somebody like me who's like tobacco was the foremost, something that took me over 20 years to overcome. Over 20 years for when my mother was pregnant. She was a heavy smoker, so even though as a baby I was already impregnated with tobacco, and then when I was very young, both of my parents smoked, I started smoking. So it was really, really difficult, but it's something I came in voluntarily to integrate, to remove from my life, because in my life, just one life, it just come from the life I had right before this one. I used a lot of substance, and so I had to deal with it, to transmute it, and so I choose to retake all those bad habits and slowly but surely disconnect them. All tobacco being the most dangerous and the most difficult of all the substances I've ever had to deal with. And so in many sense, I'm looking forward to as our DNA reopen, we're going to be able to reintegrate all our memory, to know all our past lives. I know that sometimes I've had some past life. I was Roman emperor, and sometimes I made some mistakes. I must, and so I have to balance out those energies before the ascension. It is like the Buddha that has to face Mara, the Lord of all demons, or the Christ that has to face Satan and all his associates. He's never been tempted really, but he had to face them and to put them all behind him, so that they all fall into place. So before we make this ascension, we have to face our deepest fear, and we have to and so it is important. But now I'm seeing the end of the tunnel, so it is a great pleasure. I'm going to pull 4 cards with this deck of spirit guidance, and then with the Akash. The highest wisdom for us today is responsibility. To address our responsibility, what we need to understand is our life purpose. Why did we come here for? We all came here with a different mission, the sense of our life, and so as we understand that, we are aligning ourselves to that. What we need to do is limitation. We have to accept the limitation and know that we want to be free from them, to stick to whatever's the central road, in order to this little very short this narrow path, in order to go through the little door, and then after that the limitation will be gone. So do not create more limitation, just accept those, but let us not create more limitation, and the outcome will be letting go of many things that we need to let go in order to be free from those. The painting behind me is a painting about the super universe of Orvonton. It is our great central Milky Way with some of the peripheral galaxies. The central world is called Uversa. It is a celestial world. It's invisible it's within the Milky Way center globe, the center of the Milky Way. It's about 200,000 light years from Uversa. From Uversa is about 200,000 light years from Urantia, our planet, which is connected to the 5th major sector. There is 10 major sectors, so about 100,000 local universe, a trillion inhabited world, evolutive planets. So it is a big place. This one is very simple, but I kind of like it. I started it in about 10 or 15 years ago, I think. So it's very, very old painting, and I just couldn't get it finished. And last night I think I got it done, so I'm going to leave it like that. From the Akash, the highest wisdom for us today is growth. It's the trees. The trees are growing. The nature of the tree is to grow. What we need to understand is love that is not reciprocated. So sometimes we fall in love with people that we believe it is love, and everything leads us to believe that it is love, but in a sense it is balancing a karma. So it is about understanding what we need to balance out, and to be a light unto ourselves. For everything that does not kill us will make us stronger. The thing is that sometimes we're experiencing wounds from those things, and so we understand that sometimes we have to let go of certain relationship, not to be obsessed with karma. If it's not bringing us joy, if it's not shared, then let it go. Do a ceremony and release it. What we need to do is the mother. It's connecting to the great mother, the great spirit, the nurturing, the recomfort, the one that can comfort us, the great Mother Earth as well, Mother Sophia. And the outcome will be Asia. It will be. It can either be traveling to Asia, or it can also be traveling into the world of spirit, within the samadhi, within this nirvana of being on the upper plane of the 4th dimension. So there is So there is a great deal of newness, and the goal is to become serene and lucid in all circumstances, so that we can destroy all the thoughts from our past, and so we can be totally free. We have to address all the thoughts of our past, all the errors of our ways throughout all our past lives before we can totally find the freedom. Otherwise, we will still be haunted by some dark shadows. So it is about integrating, forgiving ourselves, yet addressing those things as much as possible to be released and not to hang on to anything that is painful. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to finish with a quick song. It's called She's Like a Rainbow. She's a rainbow. She comes in colors everywhere. She combs her hair. She's like a rainbow. Coming colors in the air. Oh, everywhere. She comes in color. Have you seen her dressed in blue, like a sky in front of you? Like her face is like a sail, speck of white so fair and pale. Have you seen a lady fairer? She comes in colors everywhere. She combs her hair. She's like a rainbow. Coming colors everywhere. Oh, everywhere. She comes in color. Have you seen her wearing gold, like a queen in days of old? She should color all around, like a sunset going down. Have you seen a lady fairer? She comes in colors everywhere. She combs her hair. She's like a rainbow. Coming colors in the air. Oh, everywhere. She comes in color. But shooting out this rainbow light, for we tune in. As we tune into this rainbow, we'll create this rainbow bridge. We'll be able to step through, to go all the way across the rainbow bridge into this great sunlight, this great expanse of heaven that is right before us. So hang on, let us be supportive to one another, let us be kind to one another, let us be loving. And I wanted to come humbly to share this message. I wish you a wonderful day, and I thank you very much. Namaste.